The best babysitter of 1996. Space Jam! Released in 1996, and it's directed by Joe Pytka, who is a famous music video director, which makes a lot of sense, because I believe we get 2 or 3 music videos throughout this movie. Whatever, I don't care, it's still awesome. And this film stars Michael Jordan, Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Elmer Fudd, Porky Pig, Wayne Knight, Bill Murray, and Danny DeVito. I am so excited for this. In the animated Warner Brothers world, there is an amusement park called Moron Mountain, but the attendance of this amusement park is not so good. So Mr. Schwackhammer needs to bring in new attractions. So he decides to capture the Looney Tunes. They agree that they will go to Moron Mountain if the minions defeat them in a basketball game. But these minions have the power to steal talent from famous basketball players all around the world. And the only idea the Looney Tunes have to combat these aliens is to enlist the help of Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, the god among men, the greatest basketball player to ever live. I know that is a subjective comment, but that's my stance because I grew up in the 90s. The Chicago Bulls, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, all of these players, they were stars. They were bigger than stars. They were bigger than NBA star basketball players. Everyone loved Michael Jordan. They loved watching Michael Jordan. Everyone knew how good Michael Jordan was. And everyone that hated Michael Jordan hated him because he was so good. But he's good at basketball. The acting thing, no, not so much. And this film came out in 1996, so this would have been around the time when Michael Jordan came back from his little first retirement when he tried to play baseball. It didn't work out so well. And he came back and they gave him the number 45, which is just, it's not right. 1996, they put him back into 23, and then they went on to win 3 more NBA championships. Those were just great years. The NBA was so huge at this time because of Michael Jordan. It was the hot new thing because there was Michael Jordan and no other examples. So how can we exploit Michael Jordan? Well, let's put him into a basketball movie and we'll make him play around with a bunch of people in green suits because we're going to attach Looney Tunes to them. Oh my god, that is a brilliant idea. Because this movie was huge. It was everywhere. I remember seeing commercials for it. I remember seeing so much merchandise for it. And I would watch this repeatedly every single day for at least 6 months. After it came out on VHS and those big, huge VHS containers where they opened up the lid, it was, oh, those were good times. And when I said it up top on this video, this movie was one of the best babysitters I ever had. Because whenever I had a babysitter come over, we would watch Space Jam. Or we even had a competition where you had to read a certain, or you had to get to a certain reading level in 3rd grade. Yes, I was in 3rd grade when this movie came out. And I remember, because you had to reach a certain reading level. And if you got to that level by a certain date, you got to go into the next room. And all the kids in the 3rd grade class got to watch Space Jam. Boy Scouts, church youth groups, everyone played Space Jam because the parents just didn't want to bother us kids. And it worked because I love this movie. It is the definition of a family film. There's nothing horrible about this movie. There's nothing controversial about this movie. It's a bunch of Looney Tune cartoons and Michael Jordan playing the game of basketball. Nothing else. It's the best of both worlds. Yes, it's a fantastic babysitter. How could it not be? And the new animation style of the Looney Tunes, I remember being so into back then. Because the Looney Tune cartoon, well, it was just drawn on cartoons onto a piece of paper. This one you start to see computer animation attached to Looney Tunes, I thought was so cool. And for the most part, I think it holds up. The shadowing of the characters, seeing the world of the Looney Tunes in a 3D aspect, I think it was pulled off very well. And the movie is just so quotable beyond belief. Everyone growing up over those last couple of years after this movie came out just quoted this thing non-stop. Heck, my wife still quotes this movie time and again. And when I watch it as an adult, I have that sense of nostalgia with this movie that it's hard for me to criticize the film, to criticize the performance, because I just remember having such a great time with this movie, and it brings me back to an innocent time where I was a 3rd grader. I can comment, though, on Michael Jordan's acting ability. When it's outside of the whole basketball game and he's not doing what he knows best, yeah, just don't give him any lines. And I think the writers and the directors knew that because he doesn't really say a lot in this movie. He's really there and he's surrounded by a bunch of famous comedic actors. Bill Murray, who compliments him tremendously, and then we have Newman, the assistant, who just follows him around and tries to help him at every aspect. I love this movie. It's a great family film. If you haven't seen this movie, you absolutely should, especially if you have kids, young children. This is a great movie for them. You don't have to worry about sheltering their eyes because something scary happens here or something controversial happens. No, this is a straight up family film that every family needs to see. I'm gonna give Space Jam 4 out of 5 Blu-rays.
It's good. It's good. It's good.
Alright everyone, now comes my favorite part in my videos where I pick which movie I'm going to be watching next, and my next movie comes from one of my longtime subscribers, Kristen Weissner. You recommended Loving. Oh, I even forgot. Kristen, your theme song? Loving, starring Joel Edgerton and Ruth Negga. I haven't seen this movie. I remember seeing previews for it. It's this nice, small, little independent film about a white man and a black woman trying to be with each other, going to get married, and everyone else not really liking that. Oh, racism. I have not seen this movie before. I know it got great reviews from all the critics, so I'm excited to check it out. Thank you very much, Kristen, for the recommendation. If any of you have recommendations of films that you want me to review on here, please leave your comment below this video, or go to my Facebook page, my Instagram, or my Twitter page. Leave your recommendation there, and if I have access to it, I will watch, review it, and give you a shout out on the channel. So everyone, have you seen Space Jam? What did you think about it? Or if you've never seen it before, and you stumbled across it because of this video, please comment below, let me know what you thought about it. And if you like what you saw here, please hit that subscribe button. We are trying to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2019. So if you like what you saw, you have friends that like hearing people talk about movies, and if they like them, if they don't like them, send them over my way and hit that subscribe button. And if we hit that 1,000 subscribers mark, I will gladly watch a movie that I never want to see again, but it's going to be complete torture for me, arachnophobia. It's going to be fun for you. Just all fun for you. So everyone, I will see you next time with my review of Loving. So in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.